Today, we're diving into Surrounded by Idiots by Erikson. Have you ever felt like the people around you just don't understand you? Or worse, that you're surrounded by fools? Communication can be challenging, and sometimes it feels like no matter what you do, some people just don't get it. But what if there's a way to understand others and yourself better? This book introduces 4 key personality types that explain why people behave the way they do. Whether it's someone who's naturally competitive, someone who thrives on attention, or a person who quietly observes from the background, surrounded by idiots, will help you decode these behaviors and communicate more effectively. But where did this idea come from? Let me take you back to the story that inspired this book. When Erikson was 25 years old, he met Sture, a 60-year-old entrepreneur who had spent years building his business from the ground up. Before starting a new project at the company, Thomas had to interview Sture. During the interview, one of the first things Sture said was, "I'm surrounded by idiots." At first, Thomas thought it was a joke and laughed, but soon realized Sture was dead serious. He even had a list of reasons why he believed the people around him were fools. To him, nearly everyone in his company was incompetent. Sture complained that the people in the B department were clueless, and the C department was even worse. He couldn't understand how these people managed to come to work every day. As Thomas listened, he sensed something deeper was going on. Sture passionately claimed that only a few of his employees were worth anything. So Thomas asked, "Well, who hired these idiots?" In that moment, both Thomas and Sture realized the weight of the question. Sture had hired most of these people himself. The deeper meaning was clear. Who's the real idiot here? After this meeting, Thomas was dismissed from the project, but the conversation lingered in his mind. Sture was a successful entrepreneur, respected for his skills, but he lacked empathy for his employees. Anyone he couldn't understand, he labeled as an idiot. This encounter led Erikson to explore why people see each other so differently. That exploration resulted in this book, which introduces the DISC model: dominance, influence, steadiness, and conscientiousness. These represent 4 primary behavior types, each associated with a color: red, yellow, green, and blue. These 4 types help explain why people communicate and behave in certain ways. Throughout this summary, we'll dive into each personality type, explore their traits, and learn how to use this understanding to navigate relationships. Whether it's at work, with family, or in personal life, stick around until the end to discover how mastering these insights can improve your communication and help you avoid unnecessary conflict. Let's get started. Red. Dominance. Have you ever met someone who treats everything like a competition? They always need to win, no matter the context. For example, Thomas once had a neighbor who noticed him growing vegetables in his garden. Many people complimented Thomas on his neat and fresh garden. However, his neighbor, being naturally competitive, decided to grow an even bigger garden, simply to outdo him. This competitive mindset is a classic trait of a red or dominant personality type. In this chapter, you'll explore the habits associated with such individuals. You might even recognize these traits in a friend, family member, or maybe even yourself. The red personality type is often described as choleric, meaning they can be hot-tempered, irritable, or impulsive. Reds are bold, dynamic, and dominant, and they make no attempt to hide it. Just like Thomas's neighbor, people with this personality are highly focused and driven. They believe that if they put their minds to something, they will succeed and achieve their goals. Reds are also known for being direct and outspoken. They are not afraid to express their opinions, even if it means being brutally honest. They stand by the truth, no matter how uncomfortable or harsh it may be for others. Reds enjoy challenges and thrive on competition, regardless of who or what they're up against. Speed is another key characteristic of Reds. They enjoy fast-paced environments and tend to lose interest quickly if things slow down. If you notice someone getting bored during a meeting or conversation, seemingly disengaged, it's likely that person has a red personality. Reds are often impatient with slow discussions because they quickly grasp the key points and are already thinking ahead about the next step or future problems to solve. If they don't see potential in something, they won't waste their time on it. Reds are also known for being risk takers. They push themselves to the limit, often going right up to their breaking point because they love testing their capabilities. They never do things half-heartedly. Reds are fearless and don't rely on others' opinions to guide them. It may seem like Reds think only about themselves, but that's not entirely true. While they act quickly, they are adaptable in their thinking. If they realize that their approach isn't working, they are open to listening to others' ideas. Reds are results-driven and like to stay in control of their lives. They dislike being stagnant and are known for their dynamism and flexibility. They get bored quickly, so if something hasn't changed for weeks, they won't hesitate to step in and make things happen. While constant change can stress many people out, Reds see change as a sign of good fortune. It gives them satisfaction to know that they are in control and have authority over their circumstances. The way Reds communicate exudes confidence and certainty, which makes people trust what they say. This sense of power and assurance is what sets Reds apart from other personality types. They live life fully and without fear. Reds know that if you're not willing to make sacrifices, you won't achieve anything significant. They always strive to give 100% and continuously test their limits to see how far they can go. Yellow, sanguine. Have you ever met someone who seems to radiate like the sun, always bright, cheerful, and full of life? These individuals embody the yellow personality type, also known as sanguine, which means they are optimistic and maintain a positive outlook. Yellows are easy to spot because they love to talk. They have the ability to lift your mood instantly. Rather than asking questions, they tend to give answers. They enjoy telling stories, even if they're not entirely relevant to the topic, because they love lightening the atmosphere. Their positive attitude and optimism create a powerful combination that naturally makes others feel good. Among the 4 personality colors, yellow can be considered the most popular. The reason is simple. These people are entertaining, and being around them feels easy. Yellow personalities make others feel important, which in turn makes people want to reciprocate that feeling. Like Reds, yellows are quick decision makers. However, the difference is that while Reds make decisions to compete, yellows make decisions to connect and enjoy experiences. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the fascinating world of personality types and how they affect our interactions and relationships. Decisions based on logic and reason. Yellows follow their hearts and feelings. For example, Thomas's sister, Maria, perfectly embodies the yellow personality type with her positive and simple nature. There were many reasons why Thomas believed Maria was yellow, but one of the most significant was that no one ever said anything negative about her. Wherever they went, Thomas never saw anyone dislike his sister. During a conversation, Thomas once remarked to Maria that it looked like it was going to rain. Maria dismissed the idea. When it did start raining, Thomas pointed out that the dark clouds made it clear that rain was imminent. Maria calmly replied, "Don't worry about the rain. The sun will come out soon after. We just need to wait." With that, she casually sat on the sofa, completely unbothered. This is how yellow personalities approach any situation. They are social and persuasive, always ready to share their thoughts with anyone, even strangers. They are not shy and always focus on the bright side of life. Yellows are full of hope, and their smile or laughter is almost constant. Much like Reds, yellows have a high energy level. Their friends are everywhere. They stay updated on everything and believe in staying connected. They never lack enthusiasm or spirit. When you're with someone who has a yellow personality, they can instantly improve your mood. In addition to being lively, cheerful, and positive, yellows are also resourceful. They can find a way to accomplish anything and are quick to see the details others might miss. They solve problems that might seem impossible to others, always thinking outside the box. In short, yellows believe in building relationships. They know everyone, like everyone, and easily trust people. They can make a friend out of anyone, even if they've only known them for 5 minutes. Green, another significant personality type, is often considered the most common and balanced of the 4 personality colors. However, this should not be seen in a negative light. People with a green personality are the most stable and grounded individuals. Hippocrates referred to them as phlegmatic, meaning calm or cool, and the Aztecs called them earth people. Greens are typically seen as calm and relaxed. While they may seem ordinary, they play a crucial role in our society. If everyone were a leader, there would be no one to follow. If everyone were entertainers, there would be no audience. Life is about both giving and receiving, and we all need each other to meet our needs. The thing about greens is that they always strive to bring peace to any situation. Thomas once shared an experience with a family he knew. In this family, the husband had a yellow personality while the wife was green. As mentioned earlier, yellows loved socializing and being friendly. The husband was always the life of the party. He would bring games to gatherings and was always answering people's questions. Often, he would be bouncing around the room because the games required it. On the other hand, his wife was always calm. She enjoyed the fun like everyone else, but she preferred to sit quietly and smile when needed. Thomas once asked the wife if she ever got tired of her husband's high energy. She replied that she understood him and never tried to stop him from having fun. This is a perfect example of the easygoing nature of greens. They let you do your thing and rarely make demands. They don't get upset easily and are incredibly understanding. Greens always do what they believe is right and go out of their way to avoid causing anyone pain. Typically, they won't question their boss, even if some of the decisions seem strange. Green personalities are excellent listeners and are known for their kindness. You can always rely on a green when you need help. They are dependable and will be there for you whenever you need them. Greens are team players and often take more interest in others than in themselves. They always put others first and are often among those who take care of the sick and vulnerable in society. One of Thomas's colleagues, Maya, has a green personality. People always turn to Maya for help, and she consistently gets her work done with a smile on her face. Maya never forgets birthdays, anniversaries, or any important events. When someone on the team goes through a tough time, Maya is there to encourage and support them. Greens are always ready to help others, even those they don't particularly like. They enjoy being around people and offering support, regardless of who the person is or what they do. Greens are reliable. When they say they will complete a task, they will get it done no matter what. Greens don't mind taking orders and seek stability wherever they go. They don't change their opinions easily and remain steadfast in their views. It's difficult for others to sway them from their beliefs. The final color in the personality spectrum is blue. People with a blue personality are those who often stay in the background, observing, analyzing, and assessing everything around them. While greens go with the flow, blues always seem to have the right answers. However, blues tend to be a bit pessimistic, always looking for reality and identifying flaws or risks. Words like detail-oriented, reserved, and analytical perfectly describe this personality type. We all have that one friend who knows everything. Blues present information based on facts, making it difficult to question them. They always have evidence to back up their statements, ensuring that the information they provide is accurate. Blues think carefully before speaking. They rely on logic and analysis to guide their thoughts. But, unlike some other personality types, blues don't boast about their knowledge or speak unless asked. Even though they may not know everything, you can trust that their answers will always be correct. Blues don't seek attention. Even if they know the answer, they won't shout it out or rush to speak. They feel no need to prove anything to anyone and are indifferent to such expectations. However, their humility can sometimes be a disadvantage. For example, when people gather to solve a puzzle or problem, a blue may hold the correct answer but won't immediately step forward. Thomas once witnessed a blue person only point to the correct answer after 2 hours of puzzling at an event. Naturally, blues are not impulsive. They don't take action right away because they tend to think in the long term. If you ask why they didn't speak up earlier, they might simply reply, "You never asked." While greens put others first, blues prioritize safety. Whereas reds and yellows make quick decisions based on intuition or emotions, blues always take a step back, analyzing the situation before making a move. For blues, the process is more important than the result. They avoid risks to ensure a smooth, stable life. When faced with risks, blues typically design an advanced system to address any potential problems. If they feel that the risk is too unpredictable, they simply won't take it. Blues believe that everything should work perfectly and quality is paramount, certainly. Here's the optimized version for AI voice narration. Striving to achieve 100% accuracy, mistakes or flaws are intolerable to them. They strive for perfection in everything they do. Unlike yellows, who make decisions based on feelings, blues rely on reason and logic. They think with their heads, not their hearts. When things don't go according to their standards, they find it unsettling. A great example of a blue personality is Thomas's father. Whenever there's a problem with the TV, car, cell phone, or any gadget, Thomas's father always points out the flaws in the manual, saying, "Why do they even bother writing these details if it never works the way they describe?" Thomas often found it difficult to respond to his father. Blues are not easily fooled. They are the kind of people who stick to the truth. Just like Thomas's father, he would stop at a traffic light in the middle of the night, even if the road was completely empty, because in his mind, following the rules is the right thing to do. That's how blues operate. From the outside, blues may seem calm and composed, much like greens. However, inside their minds, there is a lot going on. It's not that they have nothing to say. Quite the opposite. They simply choose their words carefully. The Aztecs compared blues to the ocean or water because of their serene and stable nature. Most blues are quieter than the other personality types, which sets them apart. They believe it's better to stay silent than to speak unnecessarily. Conclusion. By now you've gained an understanding of the 4 personality types: red, yellow, green, and blue. As you went through these chapters, certain people likely came to mind, perhaps family members, friends, colleagues, or even strangers. Understanding these behaviors helps you grasp how people think and act, which in turn allows you to communicate with them more effectively. You've learned how reds are bold and dominant. It's not because they want to boss others around, but because that's just who they are. Knowing this about reds can help you adjust to their competitive nature and handle situations with them more smoothly. Yellows, on the other hand, aren't necessarily seeking fame. They simply love to keep people around them happy. They're outgoing, social, and enjoy engaging with others. If you have a yellow on your team, they could be a huge asset, particularly in roles like sales, where their connections with people will shine. Greens are the friends you can always rely on. They're the ones who put others first and are always ready to lend a helping hand. Whenever you need them, greens will be there to support you. Blues, the perfectionists, approach everything with logic and care. They are quiet by nature, preferring solitude over large social interactions. Blues may not speak much, but when they do, it's after careful thought and analysis. Mastering communication takes time, but understanding these personality types is the first step. By recognizing these colors, you'll be better equipped to understand others and improve your relationships. It will also help you decide what kind of people you want to surround yourself with. Even if we don't always connect deeply with everyone, that's perfectly fine. The key is to understand who they are and recognize the common ground we share. Miscommunication isn't always the other person's fault. We too can be at fault sometimes. You've now gained valuable insights into the different personality types: red, yellow, green, and blue. With this knowledge, you can better navigate your relationships and communicate more effectively. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this summary, make sure to subscribe for more audiobook summaries that can help you improve both personally and professionally. Stay curious, stay connected, and I'll see you in the next summary.